Oh, hey there. Come on, come join me. Tea? Yeah, I don't really like the leaf water either. I just keep it in case a traveler wants some. Man, you must be pretty lost to be all the way out here, on this side. But while you're here, take a listen to a little bit of this song for me.
Come along with me to a cliff under a tree, where we can gaze upon the water as an everlasting dream. All of my collections, I'll share them all with you.
I don't know about you, but this song makes me feel a bit sad. It's got a bittersweet feeling to it. But why? The lyrics are anything but sad. Come along with me and do so as we please, as an everlasting dream. All of these lyrics are very happy themselves, but that's not what the song makes me feel. It could be that it's associated with Adventure Time, which is kind of known for its slightly bittersweet endings, as well as the fact that Adventure Time holds a bit of a nostalgic place for me. But what about this one? This one really hits me every time I hear it. It's not sad though. It makes me feel hopeful and excited. All of this without any kind of lyrics. And I might get killed for saying this, but I've never actually played Undertale before, so that can't be the reason. Which got me really curious. Why does some music make us feel certain ways? As a matter of fact, why does music make us feel anything at all? Well, apparently the science behind music is actually quite complicated, and surprisingly not fully understood. I guess anything involving people is complicated. The actual music itself is nothing special, just varying frequencies and amplitudes of sound, but how it affects us is pretty interesting. It can have quite a profound impact on us, and it can make us feel a broad range of emotions. We've known this, and we've known this for a while. Music has been dated to go back thousands of years to some of the earliest civilizations. It's been shown to be present in all parts of a society, from religious ceremonies to daily tasks, and its impact has remained with us to this day, even though the actual music itself has changed. How can it do this, though? How can it make us feel this way? A big part of that is due to something called modes. Think major versus minor. Essentially, modes are groupings of certain tones together that give off certain impressions. Major notes together create a lighter feeling, while minor notes together create a heavier feeling. This was the big difference between the two songs that we listened to. Island Song employed a minor key, while Hopes and Dreams used a major key. It's important to note that the same note, see what I did there, can be used both in a minor and major key. Which one it is depends on the notes around it. A key is defined by all the notes in it together, not just one note specifically. You can't have a mode of just one note. But how can a song impart more emotions, though? So far we've only just talked about happy and sad and light and heavy. Well, there's all sorts of factors that go into making a song, including tempo, range, volume, and even something like clarity, and you can alter all of these to achieve various feelings. For example, a minor key with a slow tempo can feel sad, but a minor key with a fast tempo can feel angry, while a major key with a slow tempo can feel content. Using all of these, you can basically achieve all of the feelings from inside out too. Masterful use of this can even impart specific imagery onto the audience. As an example, take a listen to this. It feels sad, of course, but this song implies more than that. It's called Chopin's Funeral March, and it imparts just that image onto the audience, this feeling of a depressing march to the grave. The repetitiveness and the dissented pitch all add to this feeling. But why? Why do these things make us feel that way? Well, some theorize that it's actually doing this by mimicking human emotional patterns. For a person, we can tell they're sad when they speak because they'll speak softer, slower, in a lower pitch, and more monotonically and huskier. And those are all the traits that we end up seeing in the songs that make us sad. Again, when we're angry, we speak faster and harder, which is true for the songs that make us feel angry as well. This all means that a large part of this is due to the associations we make with certain traits, whether it be to the slow crying of a dejected man, or to the angrily fast marching of boots. I'll admit that, while it's not music, when I listen to the burning of a fire pit, I feel calmer. It doesn't quite make intuitive sense, but I always associate the slow burning of the fire to cool summer nights, staring up at the beautiful sky. Or take a listen to this.
And rejoice, swing, swing, swing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold and more, hidden in the mountain store. Born underground, suckled from a teeth of snow, raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home. Skin made of iron, steel in a bow.
It's probably one of my favorite songs. It's hilarious and it's good in its own right, don't get me wrong. But my favorite part about it is all the memories I had associated with it. I remember listening to this with my brother after playing multiple hours of video games together, back when I was just a kid. That's what makes this song great for me. And that's true for a lot of people. People tend to prefer the kind of music they listened to when they were teenagers, back when their emotions were at their peak. So while I'm also sick of listening to how music used to be better than it is now, but to them it might actually scientifically feel better. What's interesting is that how music is perceived can change on a personal level, but it can also change on a social scale. Because social patterns can vary across cultures, what someone perceives as sad music can also change across cultures. This makes sense, because as the perceived qualities of an emotion change, so would the music that represents it. So what does this even mean? How can this help me? Well, music can actually do all sorts of things for us. First of all, it can make us feel certain ways. I don't know about you, but when I need to get hyped up to do something, I'll listen to fast, hard music, and when I need to get some work done, I'll listen to some calming tunes. This is why a good soundtrack can be vital to a good movie or a good video game. It can clue us in on what to feel. I don't know if the first part of Breath of the Wild would have made me feel anywhere close to the same if it weren't for that music, telling me to appreciate the grand scale of the world I found myself in. Second, music has been found to have all sorts of beneficial health properties associated with it. It's been found to help with memory, as the brain has to practice learning all of the notes in a song, even by just listening to it, because listening to music can actually be an active process. While listening, your brain is making all sorts of new connections that it's never made before, which can help with memory, as I said, and it can help with learning as well. It can also help with work. A study showed that people completed tasks faster and more efficiently when listening to music. They listed Mozart specifically, though my bet is the best kind of music will vary per person, as we've discussed earlier. Third, it can help with mood. It's been shown to help with anxiety and sometimes even depression. I'm not a scientist, but I can personally say that music makes me feel better when I'm listening to it, and I can't speak for everyone, but playing the guitar helps me to relax. by giving my fingers a complex task to do that's also very rewarding. Fourth, it can help us deal with some emotions. There are many people who love to listen to sad music when they're sad. Well, it can apparently help by giving them the impression that someone out there understands them and has felt the same thing and expresses it in their music. On top of that, sad music can help to activate certain neurochemicals in the brain, such as the prolactin hormone, which helps deal with deep emotions. So there is science behind my Sad Boy Music DM playlist. Yeah, music is quite powerful, isn't it? Thanks for listening to my rant. I see you've got to leave for yet another adventure. I'm excited for you, and I'm sure you'll be great. But if you need to stay here for a little longer, I'll be here, next to the fire.